Future Stars is coming this Friday, and as a result, we're going to talk about all the investments you can make before this Friday, and then all the investments we're expecting to make through the week. So, just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free. With Amazon Prime, you'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So this Friday we have got Future Stars coming, and there are going to be loads and loads of investments to make again in the next few days, and then to go and make over the weekend. So in today's video we're going to go through them one by one. We're going to talk about why they're good investments, when we expect them to rise, when the buy time is going to be. So the first sort of investment we're going to be talking about is buying the low rated fodder that is going out of packs. This is basically anything from about an 82 all the way up to an 84. Now the reason these are in a certain segment is because this fodder is so cheap there really isn't much room for it to drop. So we've got road finals who are in packs right now, and here's a few of the low rated gold cards and them doing really well. So start with someone like Gabriel Jesus, and Gabriel Jesus has basically gone from, before he went out of packs it was 1.9 and now he's up to 3k. We can see Sule, whose gold card went out of packs, and when he went out of packs he was going for 1.6k and he's already up to 2.2k. This isn't even the end of the week, they're only going to go and rise better and better as the week goes on. And we got Lukaku, who again went from 1.4 and he's up to 1.8. Now obviously you could have bought these earlier in the week because these got leaked earlier in the week, so you didn't have to wait till Friday necessarily to go and invest in them. You could have invested in them on Monday and Tuesday when they were leaked, and as a result you would have got even better profit margins on all of these players. And this trend should be working next week for 82 rated non-rares, and then 83 rated rares and 84 rated rares. You could get unlucky and they could neglect them being needed, but as I say, this week we've seen 83s and 84s being needed, and as a result you would have basically doubled your coins on any of the gold cards you bought who were 84 rated before they went out of packs. And then following the low rated fodder, so you have high rated fodder. Now I'll be honest with you, I think this is a lot riskier. The reason this is a lot riskier is you can see how, I guess percentage wise, it's not as inflated as the 84s will be. But yeah, very expensive. You can see she's already gone from 90 to 27. So we can see that obviously high rated fodder has done very well. The only problem we have is just how inflated high rated fodder is here. She's obviously done 28 up to 35. Do part of me being out of breath running up the stairs like the unathletic trader I am. 12k and she's extinct at 17k. So you can see that it's done very well. The only problem we have with the super high rated fodder, so again, we're talking about stuff up to 84 rated being quite risk free in my opinion. Well, there's stuff that's 86, 87, 88 plus. It can work, it's just high risk versus high reward, because again, you've seen some of those percentage rises in such short time, but at the same time, because they're, all fodder kind of is almost going for that sort of price at the moment, you're also running the risk that they can crash because there's more room for them to drop. So the second thing we're going to be covering is players from a non-top 5 league. Now they don't put too many players in, but they do normally put a player in each team is a player not from a top 5 league. For example, here's Darwin Núñez from about 2 years ago. Now what is the relevance of this? Well, the relevance of this is that, these have cards that people want to use. Now I just checked, he was probably going for near discard, but these are cards that people are going to try out, especially potentially if they give us some really nice players. And again, Benfica normally make a lot of, decent young talent. Well, as a result, they're quite hard to link in because, of course, there are a lack of decent Benfica players. And as a result, if a Benfica player is to get in someone's team, I guess you got the argument that there's a lot more icons in people's teams, but you should basically be looking for some links. So, for example, David Neres came as an objective this week, and as a result of David Neres coming out, I didn't think he had an overly amazing card, but we've seen some of his link investments rise. So, for example, if I go here to linked, and I can go here to strong, now you can see again, people might have used the icons, but we've got the likes of Di Maria right here, we've got the likes of Ricardo Carvalho, we've got Rafa, and the rest are slightly inflated. But we can see right here that the card came out on the Friday. We can see that Di Maria has gone from 36k to 47k. We can see that Ricardo Carvalho has gone from 34k to 38k, so not overly amazing there. We can see that Rafa has gone from 27k to 34k, and I think that's all she wrote. So what we can see is, because these guys are from minor leagues, we can see that some of their link investments have done very well. Now, of course, this is an objective card, but if the promo card is either, just good enough that people want to use it, or an SBC or an objective card, you can then look at the minor leagues as link investments. Now, someone earlier in the week asked me, but should I go and look at buying Cole Palmer for the likes of Reece James for the likes of Cole Palmer as a link investment? Now, of course, you do get the strong link, but the reality is if I go and load up Palmer, now obviously with the with the Liga NOS, there are about 4 promo cards, maybe 5 promo cards, other than icons, who were giving strong links. But if we're looking for even perfect chem links, you've got Cole, James, King, Sterling, Gallagher. Do you have anything there? But, you know, we're talking about strongly. So you've got Saka, you've got Kerr, you've got Tevez, you've got... What other stuff do we have here? Rashfords, Nkuku's, Ritten, Company, Stones, Trippier, Campbell, Lawrence, Grealish, Company. So it's not quite where we have with the Liga NOS, where there's only about 3 or 4 players you can link up with him, because England Prem is such a popular combo. So, and on top of that, you don't really link invest promo cards unless they're from a non-top 5 league, because the amount of people buying Cole Palmer is going to be a lot less than, let's say, if it was an SBC. If it was an SBC, it'd be fair enough to go and buy James. He'd do really well, and even some of these English Prem players would do really well. But because it's not an SBC, it's not as mass obtained, and because the card's not mass obtained, you don't really look for link investments unless they're in a minor league. And the reason they do well is, even though they're not mass obtained, they don't have a lot of guys to link with them, so the pool of players people are buying is a lot smaller, which as a result means the cards go up from minor leagues. So the second thing is looking for future stars from minor leagues and looking at link investing them. Stuff we're going to look to invest in after Friday starts off with SBC fodder. SBC fodder drops nicely on a Friday evening and can even drop nicely in a Saturday evening. I'd recommend waiting till Saturday evening to go and buy your fodder. The reason for that is it's very unlikely we get an SBC on the Saturday that rises fodder significantly. Regarding which fodder to go and buy, I'd be looking at buying 84s and 5s. That's because these two at the moment are the most commonly used for upgrade SBCs. 86s, 87s and 8s are more being used for Icon and Hero SBCs, which again, the demanded Hero and Icon SBCs come around a lot less regularly, and a bunch of the current ones are expiring, therefore the demand can drop off. So I'd be looking at picking up 84s and 85s on the Saturday, around about 6 PM to 10 PM. Now obviously if there is something good on the Saturday, it just means you're going to have to go and buy all your fodder right then, but more likely than not, there won't be a great SBC on the Saturday, and you can go and buy them. Now, if 84s go down to discard on the Friday evening, you can go and pick them up then. But again, because of the upgrade SBC running all the way through to Friday, I don't know if he'll give it enough time for fodder to drop off by the Friday evening. Same runs for Team of the Weeks, but it'll be a bit riskier. So Team Weeks at the moment are about 22. They'll probably rise up to about 25 by the end of the week. You can go and buy them Saturday evening in the gamble that they'll be needed for the Hero and Icon SBC on the Sunday and the upgrade SBCs on the Monday. It's definitely a lot more risky than buying 84s and 5s in my opinion, because 84s and 5s are going to hold a minimum floor because of how expensive all this other fodder is, and again they have a much higher chance of being needed, whereas the Team of the Weeks, we saw it last week where they went from like 25 to 18k because they weren't needed, whereas obviously this week they've gone from 18 and probably got back up to 25, so it's a little bit more risk and reward on the Team of the... Well, it's not even more reward. It's just a little bit more risk on the Team of the Weeks, I guess, for the convenience of having to buy 5-6 times less players. And now talking about buying the actual future star team themselves. Now, there's been a few interesting trends regarding, I guess, promos in terms of we've had a few different days when the promo cards are the cheapest. But the general rule of thumb is to go and buy these cards on the Sunday evening between Sunday around about 7 PM through to Sunday 10 PM. You also have very early morning Monday, but we're talking like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and no thank you. So, yeah, basically the few star promo cards. Now, last year I think these were the cheapest to go and buy on Wednesday, but across the board in terms of promos this year, they've always been the cheapest on the Sunday. So I would recommend basically buying yourself some future star cards on the Sunday. Week 1 are really good to go and buy because Week 1 future stars going into Week 2 future stars, you don't have any sort of panic selling about the next promo being more interesting because it's just Week 1 of a promo into Week 2. Whereas obviously Week 2 future stars going into whatever promo is going to come after future stars does run more risk of them being sold after, when the new promo is out, because potentially the new promo concept would be more interesting. Now obviously at the moment we don't really know much of the team, but the general rule of thumb is that the cards that do the best are nothing more than a few 100k, and again, to know the best performing cards, you're going to go players, you're going to go PGP, and what you can do is you're going to go version squads, and what this is going to do is it's going to show you how many games have been played with each player. We can see Donnarumma. Donnaruma's had a great rise this week. He's gone from 71 to 85, and conveniently, he's right at the top of that list. So there is a great correlation between the most used cards in a promo and the incentive to go and buy them. So again, we're looking to buy them on the Sunday 7 PM through to 10 PM. And that'll be about it. One thing I will also say is if Rota the final cards go and get panic sold on the Friday, because of future stars, I'd recommend going and buying the Road to Final Champions League ones, because they do play within a week to 2 weeks, and as a result the hype will pick up over the next 2 weeks for them as they go and play. So there is a chance that Road to Finals get panic sold on Friday. If you own Road to Finals, I wouldn't panic sell them, but if they do get panic sold, they're a really, really good investment to go and pick up on the Friday, presumably when they get panic sold, and then you go and sell them on the Monday of whatever week they play. So if they play next week, you sell them next Monday. If they play the week after, even if they play on a Tuesday, Wednesday, you go and sell them on the Monday. Europa League and Conference League, not worth touching because they literally don't play for a month, and therefore I think the hype, you can go and buy them probably in a few weeks' time. But yeah, so last thing would be Champions League cards if they go and get panic sold. But that's going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.